Hey guys, Clay here. I'm going to show you how to install these rear tube flares on your Jeep JK. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to need to do is install this rubber seal all along the inside edge of the fender. And before we do that, we need to clean it. So I've just got a little bit of rubbing alcohol. You can use degreaser, whatever you guys have around the shop. So make sure that you've actually got enough of the seal before you start installing it. Usually there's a 2 or 3 inches too much that you're going to trim off the back. So we're here in the front of the fender, and we're just going to pull some of this backing off, and then the 3M tape is going to stick to this inside flange of the fender. And I'm on the passenger rear front of the fender. This is pretty straightforward. We're just going to remove some of the backing as we go and push it into place. So now I'm just going to go back over the seal, make sure I push it all the way along the edge and the adhesive is coming into contact with the fender. So this whole entire outer fender and inner fender liner is just attached with plastic clips. So you can use the clip removal tool, but some of them you can just get to and pull out. There's one on the front and the inside. And there's one at the top and the back. There's one in the front. Then there's plastic tees that attach this outer fender to the body of the Jeep, and we're just going to lift up and out on those. So now that we've taken the plastic fender off, there's these little plastic tees that are left in here. Some broke off. That's going to happen. If you guys get to the point where you take this off and you think you can't put it back on, but you'd like to, you can buy these at the auto parts store. So that's not really that big of a deal, but we're just going to use the clip tool and pry these out of here. Most of them are all going to break anyway because they're plastic and they're old. So now that we got all the plastic clips removed, we're going to go ahead and clean this whole area up. So if you look at the bottom here, there are 1, 2, there's a larger hole, we're going to skip that, and 3. You can't get to the back of that panel, so the fenders include these nutserts. You don't have to drill anything out, they're the same size, so we're just going to push those in. This is the nutsert tool that we're using. There's a cheaper tool or method that people use with a bolt and a washer and another nut. I don't really like doing that because you can spin the nutsert inside of this hole, and as soon as you do that, you're pretty much drilling it out and starting over again. So I would definitely recommend spending the 20 bucks on a tool to do it the right way. The only thing you need to be careful with this tool is not to over crimp it. A lot of people want to put the nutsert in and then just wrench down on it, and if you do that, it'll actually take the threaded portion of the nutsert and make it off center, so you might have alignment issues. So we're going to use 1, 2, 3 nutserts here. We're not using this hole. We're going to use a standard nut and bolt on these two because you can get to the back of that panel. So we're going to put a nutsert in this hole, we're going to skip this one, and we're going to put a nutsert in here, and we're going to skip this one. Now once you crimp that nutsert, it should be tight enough that it clamps against the sheet metal and centered in the hole. So we're going to skip these 2 holes because we're going to use a conventional nut and bolt. And then we're going to skip that one. So now we've got 2 larger bolts in the kit with a locking flange nut. That's going to go in the center. I'm just going to go ahead and place our fender up there and start there. Gonna leave those loose, and now we're gonna line everything up and put our smaller hardware with the washer and our nut certs. So now I'm going to tighten all the hardware up. I'm going to start with the hardware in the middle because it's an actual nut and bolt. It'll help draw the fender in to the body. I'm just going to work my way around kind of like you would lug nuts on a wheel. Just tighten up a little bit at a time, make sure nothing's binding. So we've got all our hardware tightened down. One thing I do want to stress is not over tightening the nut cert hardware. The strength really comes from having multiple attaching points. So one nut cert's not really holding the whole fender on. If you spin the nut cert in the sheet metal, it becomes a real pain to drill out and replace. So just tighten it down. As soon as it feels like it's a little too tight, you're done. That's good. Now the two nut and bolt attaching points in the middle, you can wrench down on those pretty good. And you can feel behind the fender, there's these little standoff barrels, so you can kind of tell when it's getting tight enough and everything's fitting the way it should. And if you look at the seal around the outside edge, it'll tell you how close everything's fitting as well. So like I said, we're pretty much done with this side. We just need to repeat that process on the other side. Well, there you go, guys. Very easy install. Minimal hand tools required and minimal time also. If you have any questions at all, make sure to give us a call or visit us online. Thanks.